This is USA News Hub, United States. The heart of American sports. Subscribe for power, passion, and champions in a sports world often defined by rivalries, trash talk, and pressure. Sometimes it's the smallest gestures that leave the biggest impact. One comment about a dog. One Instagram story. And suddenly, two of Indiana's biggest sports stars are sharing a moment that fans can't stop smiling about. This is the story of Caitlin Clark, Elijah Sarratt, and a moment of respect that perfectly captured Indiana pride. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today's story isn't about buzzer beaters, deep passes, or championship trophies, although all of those are part of the backdrop. This story is about connection. It's about respect across sports. And it's about how one wholesome response from a WNBA superstar added a human touch to one of the greatest moments in Indiana sports history. On Monday, January 19th, Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark made headlines, not for her play on the court, but for a lighthearted and heartfelt gesture directed toward Indiana wide receiver Elijah Sarratt. And what started as a simple joke about a dog name turned into one of the most endearing sports moments of the week. Yellow Square: How It All Started. A comment that went viral. The story began ahead of the college football playoff national championship as Indiana prepared for the biggest game in program history. During a media session, wide receiver Elijah Sarratt was asked about his dog, and his answer instantly caught attention. Sarratt revealed that his dog is named after Caitlin Clark. When asked to explain, he didn't hesitate. CC. They may not like it, but she's named after Caitlin Clark. That's why I named her that. Indiana fans may not like that. But yeah, that's my American bully. She's my daughter right there. The comment was honest. It was funny. It was completely unfiltered. And within hours, the clip was everywhere. Blue Square: Why the comment resonated. It wasn't just the name that caught attention, it was the sincerity. Sarratt didn't make the comment for laughs. He didn't frame it as a joke. He spoke with genuine affection. Calling the dog his daughter instantly humanized the moment and made it relatable to fans across sports. And in an era where athletes are constantly careful with their words, the authenticity stood out. Red Square: Caitlin Clark sees the clip. As the clip circulated across social media platforms, it eventually reached the person at the center of the story, Caitlin Clark herself. Clark, the former Iowa Hawkeye star and current face of the Indiana Fever, didn't ignore it. She didn't brush it off. She didn't take it awkwardly. She didn't overthink it. Instead, she did something very Caitlin Clark. She embraced it. Clark reposted the video to her Instagram story and added a short message, one that instantly won over fans. Her response? Both are welcome courtside this year. That was it.no long caption. No branding. Just warmth. And just like that, what could have been an awkward moment turned into a wholesome one. Yellow Square: Why this response mattered. That single sentence said it showed appreciation instead of embarrassment. Humor instead of defensiveness. Confidence instead of discomfort. Clark didn't make the moment about herself. She made it about community. Red Square: A second response that showed her support. Clark didn't stop there. She also reacted to the clip on TikTok, where she wrote, "Big Indiana fan Monday night." That comment came just as Indiana prepared to play in the national championship game, the biggest moment in the program's history. Despite spending her college career at Iowa, often competing against Indiana, Clark made it clear, backhand index pointing right, she was rooting for the state she now represents professionally. Blue Square: Indiana football's historic night. The timing couldn't have been better. On Monday night, Indiana football completed a season for the ages. The Hoosiers defeated the Miami Hurricanes 27-21 to win the college football playoff national championship. It was Indiana's first national title in football. The conclusion of a perfect 16-0 season. A defining moment in program history. Indiana entered as the #1 ranked team. Miami was ranked number 10, and when it mattered most, Indiana delivered. Yellow Square: A season that rewrote history. The national championship was only the final chapter. Indiana had already Won its first Big Ten title since 1967. Defeated Ohio State in December. Established itself as the best team in the country. For fans who waited decades, this wasn't just a win, it was validation. Red Square Elijah Sarratt's role in the title game. Elijah Sarratt played a modest but meaningful role in the championship. His stat line, 3 receptions, 7 targets, 28 yards, 9.4 yards per catch. While the numbers weren't eye-popping, he contributed to an offense that controlled the clock, converted key moments, finished the job. Championship teams are built on everyone doing their part, and Sarratt did his. Blue Square Caitlin Clark's place in Indiana sports. Since arriving in Indiana as the #1 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, Caitlin Clark has become one of the most visible athletes in the state. She is the face of the Indiana Fever, a national sports icon, a bridge between college and professional sports. Her engagement with Indiana fans hasn't felt forced, it's felt natural. Yellow Square crossover appeal. Why this moment mattered. This moment resonated because it highlighted something special about sports culture in Indiana. Basketball matters. Football matters. Community matters. Caitlin Clark and Elijah Sarratt represent different sports, but the same pride. Their interaction symbolized respect across disciplines, shared celebration, mutual acknowledgement. That crossover appeal brings fans together. Red Square from rivalry to representation. Clark spent her college career battling Big Ten rivals, including Indiana. But now, she represents the state professionally. Her response showed maturity, respect for her roots, commitment to her present, excitement for what's ahead. It was a reminder that sports identities evolve. Blue Square why fans loved this moment. Fans didn't love this because it was viral. They loved it because it was real. There was no marketing campaign, no official collaboration, no staged interaction. Just a player being honest. Another player being gracious. A shared moment in a championship week. Yellow Square social media done right. In an age where social media interactions can easily spiral, Caitlin Clark showed how to do it right. She read the room, kept it light, responded kindly. That's leadership. Red Square a model for modern athletes. This moment is a case study in how modern athletes can engage fans authentically, build community, strengthen state pride. Clark didn't have to respond, but she did, and it mattered. Blue Square beyond stats and trophies. Years from now, box scores fade. But moments like this, they stick. Fans remember how athletes made them feel. They remember connection. They remember humanity. Caitlin Clark delivered all 3. What began as a funny comment about a dog became a symbol of Indiana sports unity. Caitlin Clark's wholesome response reminded fans that greatness includes kindness, confidence includes humility, and leadership includes listening. In the middle of a national championship celebration, she added something special, a human moment. And sometimes, that's the biggest win of all. If this moment made you smile, hit like, subscribe for more sports stories, and comment below. Backhand index pointing right, what's your favorite wholesome athlete moment? Make sure you subscribe to USA News Hub United States. More breaking news, more powerful stories, more champions coming your way. See you soon.